It feels like we're all searching for something, right? Some kind of deeper meaning, that one big truth that's going to make everything click. But the big question is, where do you even start looking?
No, really, take a second. When you get that feeling, that pull, that need for a real answer, what's your first instinct? Where does your mind immediately go?
For a lot of us, we head straight for the books. We dig through all the ancient texts, all the modern philosophy, just hoping that somewhere in those pages is a map that'll show us the way. Or maybe you look for a person, a guide, a teacher, some guru who's supposedly already figured it all out and can just point you in the right direction.
And then, of course, there's religion. We might look for that sense of structure and community, following the established rituals and doctrines that have guided millions of people for centuries.
So you've got books, gurus, religion. They all have something in common, don't they? They're all pointing out there, somewhere external. But here's the kicker. What if one of the most radical Zen masters in history told us that looking out there is the biggest mistake we could possibly make?
And that brings us to this guy, a 9th century Chinese Zen master named Linji Lu. And let me tell you, Linji was not subtle. His whole approach was direct, it was confrontational, and it was designed to just completely obliterate everything you thought you knew about the spiritual search.
So what was his big, radical command? It was this: just don't seek outside. That's it. Linji's point was that the very second you start looking for something, whether it's the Buddha or enlightenment or some big truth outside of yourself, you've already missed it. The search itself, that's the trap.
Okay, so if we're not supposed to seek, then what the heck are we supposed to do? Well, Linji's method is, it's basically demolition. He takes a spiritual sledgehammer to all our most cherished ideas, and he starts with the biggest one of all, the Buddha.
All right, so let's tackle myth number 1. The idea that the Buddha is some external god. You know the image, a historical person to worship, a golden statue to pray to, or this far-off goal of enlightenment you might reach someday. Linji would say, nope, you've got it all wrong.
This is a total 180 from how we usually think, right? The common view puts enlightenment way out there, like some prize at the top of a mountain. Linji, he says it's right here. It's not the destination, it's the starting line. He is literally talking about you, the awareness that's hearing my voice right now.
So to make his point, he takes this old Buddhist concept, the 3 bodies of the Buddha, and totally flips it on its head. He says, look, these aren't some cosmic beings floating around in space. They're just descriptions of your own mind. The clean light, that's just your mind before you clutter it up. The undiscriminating light, that's your awareness before you slap a label on anything. And the non-differentiating light, that's just your mind when it stops seeing separation.
So think about what this means. It's huge. What he's saying is that the very nature of your own mind right now is the thing you've been desperately searching for. It's not something you have to go out and get. It's something you just have to recognize.
Okay, fine. So the Buddha isn't out there, but what about all the other stuff? Enlightenment, nirvana, becoming a saint. Surely those are goals worth chasing, right? Well, if you thought what he said about the Buddha was shocking, just you wait. He says Bodhi and nirvana are donkey tethering posts. Just let that image sit with you for a second. Bodhi, that's enlightenment. Nirvana, that's ultimate freedom. And he calls them hitching posts for a donkey. Why? Because the moment you turn them into a goal, you've just tied yourself to an idea. You're stuck. You can't go anywhere.
Oh, and he doesn't pull in any punches. He talks about arhats and pratika Buddhas. These are like the highest level saints in Buddhism. And he calls them, toilet filth. It's brutal language. But you have to understand, this isn't him just being disrespectful. It's a very specific strategy.
So here's why he's so outrageous. His entire goal is to shatter our attachment. He saw that we take these beautiful, profound ideas and turn them into trophies for our ego. They become just another set of mental prison bars. So his language is designed to be so jarring that we're finally willing to just drop the ideas and be free. So the big takeaway is this. It doesn't matter how holy or sacred an idea is. The second you cling to it, it's a cage. For Linji, real freedom isn't about finding the right idea to believe in. It's about being free from the need to cling to any idea at all.
All right, so this brings us to the real heart of it all. This is the most important piece of Linji's teaching.
After he's demolished everything we could possibly look for on the outside, he turns his focus directly back on us.
He starts by pointing out something really obvious when you think about it. This body of yours, this bag of flesh and blood, it can't actually listen to anything. Your ears don't really hear. Your eyes don't really see. I mean, a corpse has eyes and ears, but it perceives nothing. So the physical parts aren't the ones doing the actual experiencing.
So what does? If it's not your ears hearing my voice, what is?
And here's Linji's answer. He calls it the formless thing, standing alone and clear right in front of you. It's that presence, the thing that has no shape, no name, you can't pin it down, but it is absolutely brilliantly aware. It's the simple, clear awareness that is hearing these words right now without any effort. That's the source. That is the Buddha he was talking about the whole time.
So, in the end, Linji's shocking truth is this. There's nothing to find, there's nothing to gain, and there is nowhere you need to go. The answer isn't something you can learn from me or anyone else. It's something you already are. The whole entire search boils down to just one simple question. Will you finally turn your attention away from everything else and toward it?